You're listening to 8158 Stories of Sacrifice, where we honor the bravery of the first responders and the families who stand behind them. Real people, real stories, real heroes. This is 8158.
Losing a loved one in the line of duty is a pain that never truly fades. But for two young girls, Adelynn and Harper, that loss became the start of something powerful. After their dad, Deputy Sheriff and Canine Officer Eric Minix, was tragically killed in the line of duty, they wanted to make sure his memory lived on. That's how Ducks4Dad was born, a simple yet meaningful way to honor his legacy by ducking jeeps and police cars all over the country. What started as a tribute has grown into a movement of remembrance, love, and support for families like theirs. Today, Adelynn and Harper are here to share their story, the heartbreak, the healing, and the thousands of ducks that now carry their dad's memory forward. This is 8158 Podcast Stories of Sacrifice. Let's get started.
Welcome back to 8158, everybody. Today's guests, we have Addie and Stephanie.
Hi.
How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Awesome. So, Addie, I have a question for you. Can you tell us something about your dad? What do you miss most about him?
His funny, silly, goofy laugh. What I miss about him is his goofy laugh and him being here.
So you liked his goofy laughs? Okay. Any other stories you'd like to share about your dad that you remember most or missed most about him?
Yeah. What I miss most is when we play games like zombie or hide and seek. That was your favorite. Yeah.
So you said you played hide and seek with him?
What's your other favorite? Zombie.
You played zombies with him? That's so cool. So moving on to our next question, how did you guys come up with the idea for Ducks4Dad?
Mom bought 25 ducks off of Amazon, and so we duck jeeps, and it turned into a huge thing.
Yeah, it looks like it. It really does. Yeah, we're trying to get a duck so we can send it to you. We'd like to get duck too. I have to have a couple of yeah. We'll have to get a couple of ducks in my office.
Yes, that'll be perfect.
Yeah, and then I could show them off to everybody.
Yep, there you go. Then everybody can see Dad there too.
Right. I believe somebody on our TikTok page, I believe she got ducked. It looked like your guys' tag is on one of her ducks in her vehicle.
Oh,
She was,
wow.
yeah, she was somebody that just started following us. So
Oh,
I
okay.
noticed, yeah, I noticed on one of her pictures there was a duck with one of your guys' tags on it. So I believe that's you.
Oh, look, see?
Isn't that pretty awesome? Word's getting around, and
You got to remember they can't see you, so you got to talk.
yeah, you got to say yes. So,
They can't, people aren't going to see your face, so you have to talk. You have to be vocal.
a little shy. That's okay.
Yeah.
Um, what does it mean to keep your dad's memory alive there, Addie?
It means a lot because it helps my sister Harper remember some things about her dad.
Okay. How old is your sister Harper?
6,
Okay. She's 6 years old, and you are how old?
9.
9.
Addie,
Okay.
how old?
10. I
So
remembered 9.
It's okay. You're nervous. It's okay.
It's okay. You don't need to be nervous. So you're 10 years old, and you started this whole huge ducking. How does that make you feel? Yeah,
It's kind of crazy.
happy
Uh-huh.
with the thumbs up.
Yep.
So explain to us, how do you duck a Jeep? What happens when somebody gets ducked?
When they get a duck, they look on the back, or sometimes they look on the back. And there's a tag, and then you go to Facebook and you post it on Ducks4Dad.
Okay, so you get the tag for Ducks4Dad, and that is on your Facebook page?
Hmm.
Okay.
All the ducks have another tag on top of, like, that are connected around the head of them that say Ducks4Dad, and it says, excuse me, in memory of her dad. And then on the back, there's a sticker that's connected to the Facebook page, and then everybody kind of goes to the Facebook page, and we've seen the ducks all over.
We have one up here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. That's awesome. And why do you put your dad's badge number 145 on the ducks and merch?
Because we do that so, like, when they see 145, it's special to me and Harper, my sister,
Huh?
and it really just kind of spreads the word.
Because your dad was a police officer.
Yeah.
So it kind of shows the aspect that Eric wasn't just, he was a dad, but he was also a police officer, and he loved protecting not only everybody, but his kids. So we wanted to honor the fact that he was a police officer in that protection, and that's what we're trying to give our kids. So it's a way to also bring in police families in the same time of honoring his memory.
Right, right. I totally can understand that. As you can see, the hat on my head, the numbers, those are my cousin's badge number right there. And that's how we honor them. And obviously, our podcast is 8158 in honor of Billy. So I can completely relate to that. We totally understand that. And I think it's an awesome thing that what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
I'm glad to be a part of that. I'll be getting a duck for you guys pretty soon. And it's definitely an honor to have you guys on here. It really means a lot. And, the word's going to spread even further.
We're just
So I
glad
hope
you
you're
guys
ready.
had us here. We really appreciate the opportunity to be here and talk to you guys and to be able to spread Eric's love for his daughters just a little bit further.
Exactly. Yeah. I imagine he loved his girls very, very much. I'm a father of 2 girls myself, and they are my heart. So, yeah. They're quite a bit older than you are, but
They still feel little. They still feel little.
yeah, they're always be the babies. All right. Um, so you've given out thousands of ducks. Did you ever think it would get this big?
No, I didn't, but I'm glad that it did.
Okay. How happy are you that it did?
On a scale of 1 to 10, maybe a 10.
It'd be a 10
10,
for sure.
an ultra 10. That's pretty awesome. Why are you so glad that you did? I mean, did you not realize or think that it would be so big, or
No, I didn't think that it would be this big.
yeah, it's getting pretty huge, hasn't it?
It's crazy to think about.
It's such a wonderful idea. I love it. Um, What's the best story you've heard from someone who sent you a duck?
Um, I'd say story with my friend Kendall and her mom Sandra,
Hmm.
where her dad died in a drowning accident.
Oh,
She sent us a duck, and the duck was on a float. So some people's ducks have stories behind them.
okay.
And in this one story, the duck was on a float, and her dad passed away in a drowning accident. They were very close in age to Addie, and now they've become like pen pals. So anytime they go somewhere, now they get like cards and they send back and forth to each other. So it's kind of cool to have like watch their friendship grow, even out of something so bad as losing a parent. You gained a friend even in his memory.
Right. Yeah. You know, it's it's a sad situation to have to go through, but yet, yeah, you're right. You've gained a friend and something that you probably wouldn't have done if this tragedy or these tragedy wouldn't have happened.
Yes.
It's still a wonderful thing.
Thumbs
You're making it right about it. You're making something good come out of it.
I
Love the thumbs up.
up.
So we're going to talk about some community impacts. How has Ducks for Dad helped you when you're missing your dad?
It's helped me because my sister can really sort of unlock memories more now
Hmm.
of things, and it just is like fun to talk to people.
I think Addie's biggest worry, I'm going to try to like elaborate on what she's
Yeah,
saying,
go ahead.
is her worry is that Harper, her younger sister, she's younger than her and she may not remember as much of her dad. So
Right,
doing this with her is helping bring those memories even where she doesn't forget. And it helps. I guess she's, how do I say it? She just wants to keep his memory alive for her sister in
oh,
hopes that other people will keep those same memory alive for everyone else.
oh, that's so sweet of you. Think about your baby sister.
She's a really good big sister.
Yeah, she seems like a really good big sister. That's pretty awesome. That's amazing. That sibling ship is something that is a tight bond when you uh, grow up with somebody. I have a bunch of siblings myself. Um, I'm one of seven, so
Oh wow.
I'm the third oldest of seven kids. So
7.
That's a lot.
yes,
That's a lot of
She's
yeah,
children.
got she has a brother and a sister. But it her brother is with me, but her sister Harper Rose is with her mama Kelly,
oh,
which is Eric's other ex-wife. And it was just really important to us to keep these girls together. And
right,
so me and Harper Rose's mom Kelly just thought if we start Ducks for Dad, it's a way that they will, even though they have two different houses, to keep them so very well bonded through this.
right. Yeah, that's a wonderful thing. I know it's probably kind of hard for you to be away from your sister like that, but you're keeping her around and you're keeping your dad's memory alive for her, and that's just an absolute wonderful thing to do.
Yeah,
You're doing the best you can.
she's doing really good at it. She's really good.
Yeah, she's a trooper. That one there.
That's for sure. She's about the toughest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I could tell. Um, Now, you want to start a nonprofit to help other kids like you. Why is it important to you, Addie?
Um, it's important because when you think about like my friend Kendall or just any kid in the world that's lost a parent, it's hard. So with the nonprofit, like kids can, like if they needed something, they would know that they're not alone.
That just make me cry.
I know.
The heart of a child, I tell you.
It's the best place ever.
Yep, absolutely. Oh, you definitely raised a wonderful kid.
Thank you.
Yeah,
She's a really great kid.
it's awesome. And how about you, Stephanie? How is this important to you?
The nonprofit is really important to me because you never know, like, how much children really do get left behind when it comes to the other parent being lost, especially when there's split families and stuff. And even though Eric was a police officer, she didn't get to go to any of those memorials. She wasn't invited. And to watch my daughter be left out of those things was absolutely horrific.
Mm.
So for me, it's important that no other child ever feel that. I just want them to know that they are loved and that they may have lost a parent, but there's always someone there. And if we can be there to help that other parent in that process, I want to be there, because if we didn't have the family we had in that this time, I don't know what we would have done.
Yeah.
So we want to be able to give back in the way that our family helped us.
Right. I know it's got to be a tough time for you guys. You know, I just couldn't. I was at my cousin's funeral and all that stuff, so I mean, I didn't miss out or anything, but I couldn't imagine not being there. I just couldn't. I can imagine how hard that would have been. Yeah, I'm just really sorry to hear that, and hopefully, through all of this, something can be done to further that. You know that nobody gets left behind like
Yeah.
this. That's a very important mission.
And I've made it mine for sure.
And hopefully through the podcast and through us advertising for you, that it'll help you grow considerably. Not that you guys need any help. It seems like you're doing a pretty good job, but
We love all the help. We definitely don't turn down any help for sure. We appreciate
right.
everything.
Well, you're definitely welcome. And like I said, we're working on some ads for you, so um, that's in the process. So Brianne and I are on it.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. So Addie, you're going to be in the parade with a duck float. Uh, what will that look like? Let's talk about this big parade you're going to be in.
For the float itself, there will be, if I'm describing it, there'll be tinsel yellow and black tinsel. There'll be blue and black tinsel. We'll all have pom-poms. We'll be giving out ducks. On the top, there'll be a string of ducks.
Aww.
Yellow fairy light pom-poms that you can like do a cheer with or something.
You should have your cheer written out.
I do. And Mom's gonna wear a duck costume.
Yeah. I will wear the duck costume for sure.
Is your mom going to go quack quack all the way in the parade, or just dance around in a duck costume?
Yeah. Okay. I'll do it.
Okay. I shouldn't have gave her that idea. Sorry.
This is what the tag is.
Okay, so your tag.
And then that's the flag.
Okay, so you got a big duck tag. Yes, Eric Sminks. Okay. He's a deputy sheriff.
He was a canine officer.
Oh wow. So he had a fuzzy friend in the back seat.
He did.
His name was Bruno.
Bruno, huh? That's a good name. I like Bruno.
He was a German Shepherd.
Yeah, I used to have German shepherds growing up. Yeah. Was he a good dog? Did you get to play with him? Yeah.
Bruno was retired to Dad, wasn't he?
No, I think he was a police officer dog for a few
he was
years.
Retired, Dad.
And then he retired. And then he
Oh.
got police.
Yeah. What was his last one's name?
I know he was not. I think he wasn't trained to be around people.
No, he was an attack dog.
No. So,
I don't remember his name.
I don't either.
Bruno, he had with the other county he worked with, and when he switched counties,
he got another dog.
He got to retire Bruno with him. So
okay.
at home. That was his primary home dog. But he had another canine dog right before he passed away. But he was like an attack dog, so he stayed.
He had to wear him. If he came out, he had to wear him as well.
Oh, because he was specific.
Yeah.
He was trained specifically. He wasn't just a standard canine. Okay.
No, but Bruno was.
Right.
Bruno was sweet.
Yeah, Bruno was sweet.
Oh, sweet pea. Yeah, we have two dogs. One's his name is Chewy, and he's a smaller dog, but he's half pit bull and Australian Shepherd.
Oh, I bet.
And then, yeah, he's adorable. He's got these ears that stick out like Yoda.
Oh, that's our favorite. Yoda is big in this house.
Yeah, we love Yoda. I'm a big Star Wars fan myself. Trust me. You don't see the rest of my office, but I got nothing but Star Wars on the walls on the other side.
Oh, we love that. We love anything Star Wars and Marvel. We love that.
See Darth Vader and all that.
He does have a bunch of
he does. That's awesome.
Yeah, all my bobble pops up there.
A bunch of bobbleheads.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, super Star Wars fan. Yeah, just thought you like seeing that.
Yeah, that was cool. We love that.
Oh, yeah, all my senseis I got Boba Fett Sensei, and then I got the TIE Fighter Sensei, and then the Stormtrooper Sensei, and then the Darth Vader Sensei over here.
That makes me jealous.
Yes.
Yeah. You want to see the Sensei, see him?
Look at him.
Oh, he's got the white one, and then he's got
Yeah, the Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
And then there's the TIE Fighter, and Boba Fett, and then
Awesome.
Supreme Leader Snoke.
Oh,
That's
perfect.
cool.
Yeah, I definitely love Star Wars, and I collect a lot of Star Wars stuff. So. Even the Mandalorian, all that stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Probably can't see those. Oh, yeah, there's some more of my Star Wars stuff in the back.
Oh, there you go.
Way up at the top.
Yep.
I see like little packs.
Yep.
Yeah, those are the Funko Pops.
Funko Pops.
Yeah. They're kind of like bobbleheads, but they're like solid dolls, you know.
Yeah.
Those are
Big
pretty awesome.
tiny body.
Yep.
That's how I would describe them.
Yeah. Yes, I love westerns and my Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
So, and plus we do have another dog. His name is Duke, and he is a full blown pit bull,
Oh.
and he is the biggest stinking baby that I could ever have.
Oh, I bet. They always are. They always are.
Yeah, sweet dog. I mean, he just barks, and his barks sounds like a little puppy.
Little yap.
And then Yeah. Every night I gotta tuck him in before he goes to sleep. I have to tuck that dog in, or else he will not lay down.
I love that. See,
Yeah. So yeah, that's the day in our life there. Um, so I'm gonna go ahead and get to our next question. What do you want to do next with Ducks for Dad?
I want to start a 145 camp. We haven't decided the name yet because Mom won't let me go to a summer camp. So,
we. She wants to start. Okay, she wants to go to camp,
Okay.
and I'm terrified. I can't do it. I'm very
Yeah,
protective of my kids, and there's no pamphlet that you could give me that I'm gonna trust a stranger with them. Uh,
absolutely.
so I was like, well, what if we start our own? Um, and like where? Go ahead, you
where
explain it.
parents and kids can go, but the parents are on a whole different side, so the kids can hang out by themselves while the parents don't have to like on top.
A camp where like families could come,
Yeah.
Okay.
especially it wouldn't it wouldn't specifically have to be someone who has lost a parent. What we would like to do is with the nonprofit we have, we would like to be able to use the nonprofit to pay for a couple of families to be able to come to the camp.
That
Hmm.
have lost or have not
Yes.
lost a parent.
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect. So that we can, because sometimes as adults and as children, like we forget how to be kids with our kids. Like we forget how to enjoy life with our children. And when Addie's dad passed away, even though we weren't like married or anything, you still know that other person is there. And then when you lose them, you're like, it just sets in that, wow, I was so busy. What if that was me? What if I was so busy before he passed away that what if that had been me and I wouldn't be able to go back and get those memories?
Right.
And those are things that I think about when it comes to, and then her wanting to go to camp. I was like, why don't we merge this idea? Why don't we create something really cool out of this where parents can be there to check on their children and bond with their kids, but also make it educational where if parents are struggling, there's somebody to talk to. There's like counseling and stuff, but still such a fun environment.
Like activities like zip lining,
She
arts and
wants
crafts.
she wants to do all the activities that she used to do with her dad
Okay.
at the camp. She wants to have the fishing. So in a way, it's something that's big but comes from such deep ideas behind it that it's kind of hard to explain in one like clip of what all we want to do with it.
Okay.
You know, um, but that is our next idea is Camp 145.
Or another name.
Or she might want a different name.
Okay.
Only because there was when he passed away, the county that he worked for, and please, I don't want this like put anywhere. The county he worked for, because he had a spouse, of which I can't discuss due to legal reasons, they all flocked to her and left his kids out of everything. And they had a Camp 145. They like we had to see all of the memorials and things go on.
Yeah.
So we were worried that if we named it Camp 145 that we would get in trouble because someone had technically already did a Camp 145.
Yeah.
I didn't want to like copy.
Yeah, like, we didn't want any problems.
Plagiarize.
Yeah, we didn't want any problems. That's why she might have to change the name.
To camp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a lot behind it that I can discuss with you, but that just can't like as of right now I can't say much about.
Okay. That's okay. Well, when you guys do, when you're able to talk about it, you'll have to let us know so that we can help maybe contribute to that.
I will not this.
Somebody's getting tired over there.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. We're almost done. We're getting close. I won't bore you too much.
I'm not bored.
Yeah.
I'm just tired.
She had a game yesterday, so
Oh, wow.
tired today.
What do you play?
Lacrosse.
Lacrosse. Wow. I've never played lacrosse. That's a tough one.
She's good.
That's awesome. That's totally awesome. I'm glad you're staying active, keeping your mind busy, and keeping your physical health. That's great.
About almost every day after school, because I have to go to school. Still, I have
Yeah.
to get my journal and I draw.
Yeah, that pesky school. You got to go to it.
Because she still has to go. I know. Shame on me.
It's not like I can't get out of it.
Yeah,
so
you can't get out of it.
now I have to go.
Yeah. School's kind of important these days.
Yeah, it is.
How can people help or get involved with your organization?
They can buy merch and with like the 1 for 5 shirts, and
Hmm?
I have a sewing machine so I can make other things and donate to the nonprofit.
So all the proceeds go to your nonprofit for all the merchandise you guys get?
Yeah, so all the money can help families and hopefully we can make the camp.
That's awesome. Well, we're going to try to put the word out for you so we can hopefully make sure that happens. We're going to do our best. That's extremely awesome. When people see a duck, what do you want them to remember about your dad?
His goofy personality and funny smile.
He had a goofy personality and a funny smile, huh?
Yeah, he's definitely a goofball.
Was he funny? Was he a jokester?
You could say that.
They may not have been funny to you, but he was trying. He was trying.
Dad jokes. They're not funny.
Yeah.
But it
Dad
made me
jokes.
laugh. Kind of.
We'll put it at us. We'll put it at our future.
Yeah. But he was trying. He got there.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to understand dads.
Yeah.
In our closing thoughts, if your dad could see what you've done, what do you think he would say about it?
Good job.
Good job.
I think he would say a whole lot.
Good job.
Do you think he would be proud of you for what you've accomplished?
Yes.
I think proud's an understatement for sure.
Yeah.
I think Dad would be blown away by how much you created and the fact that these are your ideas and your shirt designs. I think he would be beyond proud.
Now, all those shirt designs are designed by Addie.
Yes, we just
I'll
had.
get my notebook.
Yep, we just had the first shirt. I reached out to some of my friends, designed,
Okay.
which we have a couple because we're doing Ducks4Dad is doing some baskets for cancer patients.
Cancer survivors with my Aunt Sassy.
Oh.
Okay. Here is the first design. I'm pretty sure you've already seen it. This is the front.
Okay, I see the stars and the heart. Okay, the 145, your dad's badge number.
This is the back.
So that was her design. So then I had a couple of my friends recreate it into a actual shirt. So they used the girls' handwritings,
Oh
and then
wow.
the 145, and then the Ducks for Dad on the side, and then
you can see it. It's blurry.
on the back it's the girls' handwritings with
Oh, I love it.
their drawings on it, and that will be the first T-shirts that come out that Addie may design.
I love it.
The
I love the
second
little heart with the flag on it.
sister's designs.
I think those would be awesome.
Yep. I wanted something. I just want this to be about them. Like I know that we could have professional shirts made and it could all be perfectly typed, but I don't think it would mean as much. And
Hmm.
just it, like the effort that Addie has put into this, like I am blown away at the fact that something so simple she has made something so big. Like
Right.
her ideas, to see her putting in this much effort, how could you not want that on a shirt? Like I just feel like it should be truly 100% these girls, and to see her come alive in her dad's memory is
Right.
so amazing.
It's like 100% organic.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. That's Addie's hand right there.
Yep.
Her hand at work.
Hmm. And I keep like everything from like simple, something as simple as the smallest thing she's drawn, like in this file, so that when she gets bigger, she can see that this is what her and her sister created in the memory of her dad, from the very beginning date to all the way to the end.
Ducks4Dad file.
Oh, you got a whole file full of Ducks for
Mm-hmm.
Dad stuff. Huh? That's pretty awesome. Is there anything else you would want to share about your dad, or anything that you'd like to say about Ducks for Dad?
Not specifically, but there is one thing that he wasn't just a police officer. He was me and my sister's dad.
Oh,
He was.
he was the bestest dad in the whole world.
Yep. That was
Yeah, she's shaking her head. Yep,
yeah.
that's pretty awesome. So how do let's go back and say, how do people get in touch with Ducks for Dad? Is it on Facebook, or you got
It's on
any kind?
Facebook.
Okay, so we just type in,
It's his Facebook.
The
okay,
primary
Facebook only.
Mm-hmm. And now we have an Instagram page, and there's also a TikTok page. But I haven't been as active on those. It's primarily Facebook page, and his mom actually is the one that started the Ducks for Dad's Facebook page. So she's on the Facebook page, and Kelly, the other mom, is on the Facebook page. So we all have contact for it, um, and we can all see what goes on. But there will be more going on. We kind of took a little bit of a break for a little minute.
Mhm.
Just because, I mean, it did get a little overwhelming, but it was just everything. There was just so much going on behind the scenes that I was like, okay, give me a little second. And then she was in full swing, and I was like, all right, now we're ready to go. She
Right.
was made her decision. She knew what she wanted, and I'm just here to.
And it's now huge.
Yes.
Yes,
She
it
showed
is
the
definitely huge.
is now being made.
Yeah. The shirt is official. Yep.
Yeah, you're doing big things, young lady, and we're proud of you. You're doing great things for your dad, in memory of him, and you know, not many kids are as brave as you are to do what you're doing.
Yeah, it takes a lot to do this because they get me nerve wracking, huh?
Plus, you got a wonderful mom to back you up. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
That's that.
yeah.
She's forgetting. She's used to being able to see, like on the screen, because she did the news one time. So she's used to being able to see and people know her gestures and not having to like vocally
Speak.
say it. Yeah.
Yeah, vocalize it. Yeah, just takes time and practice. I mean, I'm not a professional at this either, so I'm not a very social person myself, but I come out of my shell. I'm 40 something years old and I come out of my shell.
Pretty
So
nice.
yeah, thumbs up again.
Yep, there's a thumbs up.
All right. So, is there anything else you guys like to say before we get off here? And would you like to plug yourself again?
We just want to say thank you for having us. We really appreciate you guys giving us the time to hear our story and to spread Ducks for Dad for us.
We do appreciate you. Thank you.
Well, you are definitely welcome, young lady.
Thank you.
And so are you, Stephanie. It was an honor to have you guys on as well. Whenever we hear about things like this, it always breaks our heart, but we also have to come together to be strong and to keep our loved ones' memories alive.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're here for. We're here to help people
Yep.
heal as well.
That's the best part, is to help the others.
Like camp.
Mm-hmm. Like camp. Yeah.
Like camp.
For camp.
Yes.
Now, do you guys have a place set up for that, or do you have any idea of anywhere to go?
Still trying to find out we're still trying to find out the name. I'm working on the design and the activities that we're going to do.
He's talking about the actual physical place.
I know. We're still looking at places to put.
I've looked up a few things, and I mean, I don't know much about. Clearly, I've never owned a camp. I've never bought a camp. I've looked up a few things, but there is no specific camp that you can buy camps, and you can also lease them. But with some of the activities that Addie wants, because she wants the pond and then the rope course, I can't even find a camp in Georgia that that doesn't exist. So it would literally be something that I would have to start from the ground up.
Just buy property and create on your own?
Yeah.
Or I could minus down some of the ideas, and that would make it a lot easier.
So, if anybody in our audience, if you're listening, if you guys could maybe help us out and lend a hand to Ducks4Dad and see if you guys can look and find out something for them for the camp, that would be great. Any information would be helpful. If you could just reach out to Stephanie at Ducks4Dad on Facebook, that would be great.
That would be perfect.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Well, we're going to try to do whatever we can to make that happen for you guys. I know we don't have a lot of money ourselves because I'm doing this on my own dime too. So
yeah, it's been hard to. If it hasn't been for his mom helping, I don't know that we would even have made it this far, because
she's like the main.
Expensive.
She's like the main part here. She helps
between us and his mom has been a huge factor. I think because she was also left out of everything, so it's important to keep her son's memory alive, and that's through his daughters. So as much help as possible. We love all the ideas.
Right.
Anybody have any ideas? That would be great.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So hopefully somebody steps forward and at least gives you some advice or some ideas and help out that way. So it was great to have you guys on here. It was nice to see you guys again. Addie, you're such an awesome little trooper. Keep it up.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. And also, thank you, Stephanie, for coming on here and having the courage to stand up and speak out your story. I know it's hard to deal with, but you're doing it and you're being strong and you're being strong for your kids, and that's very admirable. And I just wanted to thank you and give you our honors. It was a blessing to have you here.
All right, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. It's Ducks4Dad, everybody. Thank you for coming on. Appreciate you guys being on the show. Hopefully, we can see some merch coming from your way.
Alrighty, sounds great.
Bye.
Yep, we're definitely going to get some ducks.
We can't wait. We're super excited to send them.
Yep.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. You guys have a good day. Enjoy your morning. Bye. Thank you for joining us on 8158 Stories of Sacrifice. Every story we share is a tribute to the courage and resilience of first responders and their families. If this episode impacted, encouraged, or inspired you, please subscribe, leave a review, and share with someone who supports first responders. Follow us on all social media platforms at 8158 Podcast for updates. 8158 Stories of Sacrifice is a team effort. Rico brings the stories to life through casting, writing, original music, and editing. Brianne Shipley as production manager, handling booking, social media, graphics, promotion, marketing, website management, and logo design. Please visit our website at 8158podcast.com. For questions, collaborations, or to share your story, our email address is contactus@8158podcast.com. Until next time, let's continue to honor the legacies and remember the sacrifices of those who serve, every brave man and woman on the front lines, protecting and defending us all. This is Rico signing off and honoring 8158.